Get your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
Is that a monkey?
Where are the gorillas?
Nice monkey suit.
The help of this chimp, we may have a championship season.
Monkey!
It's like I'm talking to a monkey.
No one wants to be turned into a monkey.
Apes together.
Stress.
Hey everybody, welcome back to CineMonkey. My name is Mike DePalma, and today I am joined by someone who's wanted to be on the podcast for a very long time, but I had to wait for the perfect film. And did we find one? Maybe. But he is my resident superhero expert and comic book aficionado, is probably the right word. It's Henry Black.
For the record, I didn't want to be on the podcast. I just knew your podcast needed someone like me to make it good.
It's true. I mean, when my guests have been my dad and my brothers, I need a boost in the numbers.
No, I mean, I was just offended like I live with you. No, I was just offended like I live with you. And, so for pretty much every podcast, I've just been in my room listening to you, have all this fun out here with everybody.
Yeah, and I say, stay in there. Get back.
It's just been really, so I just hadn't been asked yet. And now, what is this, podcast 100?
Yeah, this is the 100th anniversary.
And I'm finally getting on here. Every other friend, really. Even your enemies have been on the podcast at this point.
So true, like my dad. But here we are.
I won't hold it against you.
I mean, yeah.
I do, actually. That's right.
We're going to talk about the world of the DC universe. It's starting over again with a movie called Superman. This movie was written and directed by James Gunn. It stars... Let me get the credits list.
David Cornsweet.
Rachel
Brosnahan.
Hell yeah.
Nick...
Holt.
Nicholas
Holt.
Yes.
Eddie Gottfried. I butchered that.
Yeah, and you even looked up the pronunciation. Are you still on that website? Can you just play it?
Yeah, I'm going to play. Here it is. This guy's name.
Eddie Gathegi.
There you go.
Eddie
Gathegi.
Yeah.
Anthony Carrigan, Nathan Fillion, and Isabella Merced. And that's just a few of the people who appear in this movie, because it's jam-packed full of people.
You forgot to list Crypto, the super dog.
Crypto, the super CGI dog. We're going to fully spoil this movie, so keep that in mind.
Well, I haven't seen it.
That's going to be crazy when we talk about it. All right, so the movie opens. We get like a little...
I can picture it now.
Crawl, like a little explanation.
It doesn't crawl, though. People keep comparing it to the Star Wars crawl. It's not a crawl.
It's just some words on the screen.
Move. It appears.
Some words appear.
It's an appear. It's a Superman appear.
And it basically breaks down. Superman came to Earth 30 years ago.
Metahumans came to Earth 300 years ago.
A lot of threes.
3
weeks ago, Superman started dating Lois Lane.
That was 3 months ago.
3 months ago.
And they mentioned that not in the crawl, but just in the movie. I also thought was in the crawl because of the three again.
And then 3 weeks ago, he stopped a war in a fictional country called Bavaria.
3 hours ago, he woke up from a nap.
And 3 minutes ago, he was beaten up.
Yeah.
And it's the first time he has ever lost as a metahuman. The movie opens with him just crashing into the snow in Antarctica, and he's beat.
Which is exactly how the trailer opens.
So if you've seen the trailer, you've seen the shot where he just lands in the snow.
Which I was quite surprised by. But I like that. I like opening the trailer the same as opening your movie. And it makes total sense, right? We're going to market this movie. How do we open the trailer? Oh, with the opening of the movie. I also heard James Gunn on interviews say like they hadn't put the crawl in there, but audiences, they liked the movie. They were just I called it a crawl. But they hadn't put the words in there.
The appear.
Yeah, the appear. But the audience was confused because they were like, what? It's a new Superman. It's a new world. What's going on? So, yeah. But so it surprised me that it was kind of a late addition because I like it. I like the three kind of motif. So to find out it was last minute, and I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, no, it's a fun way to open it up and just catch everybody up to speed.
Yeah.
And I saw the movie twice, and you've seen the movie twice.
Yes.
And like no one seemed that confused. It was very just like, yep, okay, we're moving on. This is it.
Right.
So Superman's beat up, lands in the snow. He's bleeding, and he whistles. And who comes running across the screen but Crypto the super dog. Crypto is a bit rough with Superman, thinks he wants to play, just bouncing on top of him and just kind of like...
Crypto's one bad dog.
One bad dog. And he beats Superman up some more. And Superman's like, please, just take me home. And Crypto finally obeys, and he takes his cape, and they drag him to the Fortress of Solitude.
Which was really cool to see. I like that it comes out of the ground.
It's not just a place. It has to, like, appear because he's there.
Yeah, which is neat. And then, we also get I mean, if you're listening to this and, we said there are spoilers. So, one final warning. But why would you listen to a whole entire plot breakdown if you have already seen the movie?
Listen, I do it all the time.
Okay. Well, anyway, but that's a nice bit of foreshadowing for when then
The engineer.
Ultraman.
Oh, later. Yes.
Yeah, later. And the fortress can open because freaking Lex has cloned Superman, which, sets up a bunch of stuff for the future, really.
It could really go anywhere from here. And I think this is a great starting off point. Like, this is kind of the Spider-Man Homecoming.
I guess because we were looking at how well the movie has done. And I was watching, a lot of people do projections about it. And if this was a good, idea, or if DC should have just continued with the Snyderverse. And if even just taking any aspects from the Snyderverse into the future is a good idea at all either, or if it should have been a hard reboot. And so I guess at the end of the day, it's going to come down to money, right? If whether, because that's the world we live in. And so I was hearing that this movie needs to make, $700 million to be considered a success. And I think it's on the right path. You were saying you saw the movie, yesterday at 11 p.m.
11 a.m.
Oh, 11
It was
a.m.
11 a.m. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it was packed. Yeah. Like, let's see. Right now, the current box office for it is $337.2 million. So it's doing pretty well. I mean, next week, as of recording, Fantastic Four comes out, so that'll certainly take a sizable chunk out of this. But I think this has legs. I think this will go probably longer than Fantastic Four, just because it's, I don't know. I haven't seen Fantastic Four yet, but I think this is probably a little bit more crowd pleasing than that. It's from a guy that people tend to like his movies. All three of the Guardians movies were huge successes, and while the Suicide Squad wasn't, it was still critically well received. Peacemaker.
None of the Guardians movies have made $1 billion.
That's true. I don't think this is going to make $1 billion.
No, he hasn't really made a movie.
He's never made a movie.
He's never made a movie. No, that's crossed $1 billion. So, I don't, and again, this probably isn't going to be the one to get there. People were comparing this to Spider-Man Homecoming, which made $800 million, and The Batman, which I think also made $800
I could look that up.
Yeah. Spider-Man and Batman are right now, at least in the culture, a lot more popular, right? Those are like the two.
Those are your guys.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if this movie makes a little under that, I think that makes sense, and it would still be a success. But I liked this movie a whole lot, so I'm glad they make it. I'm really excited for the future. Supergirl comes out next year, and then Clayface. Oh, and the Lanterns TV show.
And the Lanterns TV show, yeah.
And then who knows?
Yeah.
And then it's up in the air.
Well, there's that really exciting probably what I'm most excited for, and it's a little project that I think just started. What is this movie called Dynamic Duo, which is an animated semi-CGI, semi-puppet film.
Yeah.
That's about Robin.
Yeah.
Or both Robins, Jason Todd and Dick
Both
Grayson.
makes it sound like there's only two.
both original, the first two Robins.
Yeah.
I think with this movie in particular, they have really hammered the marketing down. The marketing for this movie, at least in Los Angeles, is everywhere.
True.
Like buses and
Reminds me of
billboards.
Barbie.
Yeah, it's everywhere. And it's something that normal people, and I like, not people who are like ingrained in the film industry or like know a lot about movies. It's a movie that I know that they're excited for.
Good.
Because like just talking to some people who don't really care about movies, it's a movie that they know about because it's everywhere. Right. And it's a movie that like they actually want to see. And I use my dad as an example because I showed him the trailer for this when it first dropped, and he was like, I don't know, another Superman movie or whatever. And then he was like, oh, he's got a dog and it's sick. I want to see this movie.
But I mean, the thing is also, right, is Superman is very ingrained in America, right?
Troops. Yeah.
For truth, justice, and the American way, which has been changed. Now it's truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. But I heard the movie's doing less good overseas. I'm kind of curious about,
I can see that. Yeah.
yeah, the first Captain America movie, like pre-Avengers, because that's obviously Captain America, which I don't think.
And people didn't care about Captain America, like at the time. So like,
you also do have politics coming into this as well, right? So in the marketing or the interviews, they're pushing that Superman's an immigrant, so much to the fact that I heard somebody think that Superman like crashed down in Mexico, and then
in the movie,
yeah.
Like,
right.
so these people haven't seen.
They haven't seen the movie, but they're just hearing the marketing and hearing how much they're talking about how Superman's an immigrant, which he is. He comes from Krypton, another planet, right? But then he crashes in America, right? But they were thinking he must, because they're calling him an immigrant so much, he must have crashed down in Mexico and then came to America illegally. Like, no,
Of course.
he came to America illegally from Krypton. But then you also have some actors from the movie liking Trump's Truth Social post where Donald Trump put himself in the Superman poster. So
I haven't seen that.
you have people divided pretty heavily, and this movie is also very political.
It is very political because, as mentioned, he was beaten in a fight. Mm-hmm. And the reason why he was beaten in a fight is there's this character. His name is the Hammer of Baravia, and Baravia is a fictional country that I know of.
You never been to Bulravia?
Baravia? No, never been. James Gunn loves, and I'm sure this is stuff in the comic books, but he loves pulling out weird, obscure countries and things, which
Hypno glasses.
He's like, yeah, Baravia and Javanpur,
Right,
those
yeah.
classic countries, which I guess, good. You don't want to offend anybody.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think he wrote this before
He wrote this a while ago.
So before the Israel-Palestine conflict really blew up to where it is in today's media society on the dome, which is definitely interesting because it goes to show things don't really change.
Yeah, it probably more so because he wrote it like 2021, I think I read.
Right.
Probably more about the Ukraine Russia, which you kind of see that, but it kind of is more relevant to the Israel-Palestine conflict.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, we'll get there in just a moment.
I heard James Gunn talk about how this movie doesn't have to do super well for them to continue with his kind of new DC universe.
I mean, stuff is already done. Right. So, like, Supergirl's gonna come out. The Green Lantern show is gonna come out.
Yeah. We're here whether you like it or not. So get on board or go watch Fantastic Four. I did think this was very strong. I was nervous because James Gunn has such a voice. And this movie does feel like a James Gunn movie, but it is still a good opening to your universe. Now, do I still wish The Batman was the opening to the universe? Absolutely. I think the Batman is a perfect Batman movie. I think, and it's funny too, you know, like, it's just funny how there is awkward beats and like it is. And
Which movie are you talking about?
The Batman.
The Batman, okay.
so to put that Robert Pattinson Batman next to this Superman, I think would be very funny. And
They are so drastically different,
Yes.
which would be
that's what James Gunn wants.
which would be a great vibe.
yes.
Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen because Matt Reeves
right.
is like, this is my corner,
Right. Yeah. Which
is fair.
That's how Batman's been treated since Nolan, right? Like Nolan refused to play ball in Green Lantern or Man of Steel, right? He refused to have those movies connected, and you know Christian Bale didn't want that either. It does seem Robert Pattinson is more down to play ball, but Matt Reeves isn't. And granted, if Matt Reeves goes some nutty places, and I don't know, I doubt he'll kill Batman at the end of his trilogy, but he definitely, I'm sure he'll, you know, take some pretty drastic liberties and change things around that maybe they wouldn't want it to deal with in the DC universe. But yeah, I mean, oh well. I think, you know, we'll never know. Well, until the movies come out, you know, we can only speculate. So
I have the number for Captain America here.
Oh yeah,
370 million. And
total?
yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, like, okay, the budget it says is between 140 and 216. That's a huge difference.
Yes.
But also, like,
but that's not adjusted for inflation either.
no, definitely not. And this was what, 2011? Yeah. So it's,
Should I do that? Should I pull up an inflation calculator?
go ahead. What is it now? But like, I was trying to find international numbers and there isn't on Wikipedia. So
Oh, but that's total.
that's total. Yeah. So that's definitely lower than what we're talking. Like, I think Superman, I think we already mentioned, has beaten that already.
2011, and how much was it? 300?
377.
Million.
370, yeah.
Yeah, that's about 430 million. So
So it's okay.
it's already, you know, tracking better than that. And I'm sure the rest of the Captain America movies did that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you know, and then post Avengers and everything like that.
Right. So I think, you know, you got to start somewhere, and I think things can only go up. I mean, I'm not sure if Supergirl or Clayface, which is a hard R-rated horror movie, will do better numbers, but I definitely
Yeah.
think
I don't think whatever number this ends at, whether it's 700 million or whatever, I don't think either of those are going to hit whatever this gets.
Right.
Because he's a very, Superman and this movie in general is a very crowd pleasing general audience. Let's get the kids in, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that was something that was really cool.
people wearing Superman shirts and wearing capes I saw. Like,
Oh, were they?
yeah, people were really excited, and that's awesome. I hope, you know, we can get Superman to a place of more respect. We were talking to somebody, and our friend Cameron will name drop. You don't know him. Unless you do know him. You probably know him if you're listening to this.
Odds are high.
Odds are high. It's just me. I'm just listening to this in the future. But Cameron was saying Superman didn't have the aura that he usually has. If you go and watch, you know, Justice League Unlimited, Superman comes in and all of a sudden it's like, oh snap, Superman's here. Like, y'all better watch out. It's kind of like in Doctor Who, right? When the Doctor's there, you kind of know things are going to be okay. He doesn't have that in this movie, and he gets beat up. I think he has to earn that, right? We're just starting off. He's young. I mean, he's young, whatever. He's 35 or whatever. But, you know, and he'll get there. I would love to hear your thoughts on what you think the next movie James Gunn is making is. That is allegedly Superman heavy,
adjacent,
but not Batman v Superman.
I think it is, but not Batman v Superman. I think it's because he's mentioned before, if he was to do a movie with Batman and Superman, it would be something called World's Finest,
Right.
which is in the comic books where Batman and Superman team up.
Yeah, it's a very Silver Agey thing where you get covers where it's Batman, Superman, and Robin playing baseball in the cover. Silly stuff. But
I think that's probably where
he said it's not.
He's doing. Oh, I don't believe him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like. I also read a thing that like I don't think they're gonna do Justice League yet because I think it's too early to do.
What
that.
if it's the Justice Gang?
No, I don't think. Listen, I think there are fun supporting characters in this movie. I don't think any of them could lead a film at the moment. I think they're utilized correctly, but I don't think that they are interesting enough characters at the moment to headline their own feature film
Well, it just couldn't make the money that
they want. There is a rumor that, or not even a rumor, that or James Gunn has mentioned that he wants to maybe do a Mr. Terrific spinoff show.
Who was so good in the movie.
He's great. And Jimmy Olsen spinoff show.
And we are getting lanterns.
Yeah. So I think TV, probably a good place. And Guy Gardner, played by Nathan Fillion in this movie,
is a standout. He and Mr. Terrific are so good.
Yeah, they're fantastic, and we will be seeing more of them. Actually, we're going to be seeing all of them in Peacemaker season 2. Oh yeah. I think at the very least, Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl, they were in the trailer for Peacemaker 2. So, and Peacemaker does make an appearance in this. John Cena,
right,
has an appearance, on a talk show. Which is cool. He's a fun character. It's another James Gunn staple carryover from the old universe. Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Watch Peacemaker season 2 if you're confused.
It's so interesting, like the places that this movie goes. I wasn't expecting it to get as weird.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be kind of very straightforward, like Superman saves the day and Superman, I figured the alien stuff was probably like, they're going to chastise him because he's an alien, because that's in all of Superman media. And he feels bad about it or whatever.
I hate myself.
But like the fact that the movie pretty early on, right after a fight sequence at the beginning of the movie, mentions that they go into a pocket universe and they're just jumping around and hiding this black void whole land.
Now, I heard some speculation that people were saying that's the Phantom Zone.
It could be. And just for people who don't know, the Phantom Zone is like this prison land.
It's normally on Krypton. It's where Krypton keeps their prisoners in another dimension. So then when General Zod appears, or anyone else from Krypton, you can say, oh, they're in the Phantom Zone. I mean, I don't know. I didn't think this to be the Phantom Zone. It could be. That's a remix on it.
I don't think so. I think if they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it because James Gunn is such a fan of comics and stuff.
But he definitely changed things. So what'd you think of the Jor-El and Laura? I think her name is.
Yeah.
Jor-El twist.
So Jor-El is Superman's father, and in this movie, played by Bradley Cooper. And Laura is Superman's mother, and in this movie is not played by Lady Gaga, as our friend Helen thought. And also, she does look very similar to Lady Gaga.
That's fine.
Which would have been really funny if it was. She leaned over to me when we were watching this, and she was like, is this a Star is Born like reunion? I was like, that's hilarious if it is.
And then Jor-El starts pissing himself.
And then it gets real sad. But so when Superman's in the Fortress of Solitude and he's all beat up, he sees this message from his parents, and they're translated to, hey, we sent you to Earth because it's such a nice place and such a good land, and you could be the savior of humanity. And Superman's like, yeah, I do. I like this.
Good idea.
And Lex Luthor breaks into the Fortress of Solitude a little bit later into the movie using Ultraman, and
as touched upon.
they steal this video, which has been corrupted, and they somehow fix it. And when it's translated to English, it's revealed that Jor-El and his mother...
They wanted Superman to take over. Like a very Viltrumite, invincible type beat. Which is definitely a change from the comics. It took me a second, I think, to get used to that change. I mean, my big thing with the cinematic universes is and I think what Marvel did so successfully is you take the core essence of these characters. You don't remix them too much. You give the audience what they know from the books, and you say, look how cool it is. This is definitely a remix. I like it though, because I like what it sets.
I think it's good. So yeah, they basically tell Superman, or what the original plan for Superman is to take over or rule over planet Earth, because humans are simple and humans are confused, and he will be the strongest being there is. And yeah, it is a little weird and jarring, because like if you've seen other Superman movies or Superman media, Jor-El is supposed to be like this noble, like good guy, and he's like the only guy that's like, the planet's gonna explode. And Russell Crowe and Marlon Brando are supposed to be these all-knowing kind of like beacons of
Truth,
wisdom and truth, and kind of to help Superman become more Superman-y.
But in Smallville, Jor-El is a total head.
Is you could cuss, it's fine.
And if you're a young person, I apologize and just pretend I said penis head.
Got him.
That's worse.
That actually is worse.
But yeah, so, and Superman's always going to Jor-El for help, and Jor-El's like, I hate you, pretty much.
I didn't know that.
And yeah, and is like, I'm gonna kill your family, and things like that.
Well, James Gunn did say he's a big fan of Smallville.
It's a great show, until it's not. But it's definitely worth the watch if you're into that kind of thing. Hey, weirdo.
You disgust me.
No, if you're listening to this, give it a watch. Who really cares about Jor-El? I guess if you were a big fan of the show Krypton, maybe you
and
really
even
like
then,
Jor-El.
probably.
But yeah,
because he's not even the main character of that show.
Is he not?
It's his grandfather.
Oh my god!
So it's like so no one cares about Jor-El.
So yeah, no one. You can do whatever you want, and I like what it says about you can come from anywhere. Like you can your parents can think one thing, and you don't have to follow suit. I like that. It kind of, James Gunn hits similar beats with Ego in Guardians 2. Mm-hmm. And I like Guardians 2 a lot. I like it better than Guardians 1, and I think Guardians 3, high key.
That's not a crazy statement. People love Guardians 2.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, I think that's a very neat trope and trend James Gunn uses. And I think it's very relatable. Like, who agrees with their parents on everything or believes what they believe 100%? I certainly don't. So, I think that's cool. And sure, he also is raised by other parents who are a lot different.
I really enjoy, they're not in the movie a lot, but Martha and Mom Pa Kent.
Yeah.
I love that they're just like that they didn't cast known actors for it.
You didn't know that?
Did you? I love that they're just two folksy people. They're really fun additions to the movies. Ma Kent specifically, because like it's where he gets his very folksy way of talking in this movie. Like he's against cussing, like, which is very early on in the movie. I think his first, like, he sees Crypto as like destroyed the Fortress of Solitude, and he goes, "Oh my gosh!" Golly, yeah. It's really fun, and then to see his upbringing, and they talk about like his mom struggles to use an iPhone, like she's screaming into it, and like when later on in the movie he's on the farm, like she comes out and is like, "There's something really important on the box." I was like, that's great. Like it really sells his like very folksy upbringing without it feeling, I don't know, those two actors do a really good job of selling that, and they feel like they're just pulled right out of just middle of America, Kansas. Like, just very nice, two old, very nice people. It's like, yeah, they're only in what, like 2-3 scenes of the movie? Yeah. But they make a big impact, and kind of what you were stating before, like Pa Kent gives this big speech to him to like get him back on track to do the final battle. That's just like, hey, like your parents are here just to kind of give you the tools, and just to help you survive, and then you figure that rest out by yourself.
Mm-hmm. Now go make a fool of yourself.
Now go get
on your own.
Go get beat up.
Yeah. No, yeah, that was a great scene. I also think it's cool we get to see a Superman so, trying so hard to be good, and do what he thinks is good, which, can be whatever. I guess for him, he, can be a guiding light. And, if you have kids, like, I like Spider-Man. Spider-Man is definitely, though, makes mistakes in different ways, right? Where Superman is Spider-Man is kind of like who you can be, where Superman is like who you should try to be. So a new generation, hopefully, of kids watching this and now trying to aspire to be, the best they can. I think that's really commendable and respectable. And, unfortunately, I don't think not many people can live up to Superman and Lois, how awesome they are. But
they're the purest and best people you've ever seen.
Right. Hopefully, we can try.
And I think that's kind of the point of this movie, is like, you are going to make mistakes, and you are going to like fail and fumble, and like maybe you're not the best person in the world, but like you can try to do that. Speaking of trying to be the best people in the world, let's pivot to, we kind of talked about them a little bit, but let's talk about the Justice Gang.
I thought you were going to say the monkeys.
We'll get to the monkeys.
I know what podcast.
But the Justice Gang, as mentioned, it's comprised of 3 people so far, and then maybe 4 by the end of the movie. But Mr. Terrific, who is so cool in this. All 3 of them are really cool. They do great work. But I think he probably gets the most play out of the 3 of them. You might have seen him from X-Men First Class, where he played Darwin, and he exploded. He can't die, and then he immediately dies.
So stupid.
And I saw an interview with him where he was like, yeah, they told me I would be back, and then they never called me back. I was bummed by that. And then he's been put in this movie, and he's, he gets the one big James Gunn fight scene in the film.
Yeah. Which, honestly, I was kind of disappointed they did it at all. But it was cool. It was cool.
So if you don't know, and you haven't seen any of James Gunn's superhero films, he loves to use music in his fight scenes and throughout the movie. In this movie, he, as Henry has mentioned to me many times, he did an interview where he said he had to level up as a filmmaker because he didn't want to use music as much to cheat. And
it's a bit of a crutch.
Yeah,
I'll say it. I'll be honest. Music can evoke a very specific emotion just by itself. So putting visuals to it immediately can heighten the visuals. So I do think, and listen, I like it in the Guardians movies because it's a narrative.
It's a part of the story.
It's part of it, right? It's part of the narrative. It's, Star-Lord has this cassette tape. So it makes sense, and I like that a lot. I like it a lot less in Suicide Squad. It's just there because
He did it in Guardians.
yeah, exactly. And it was so. And I mean, listen, it was really successful. But I wish it was just more Guardian specific, and I like that. This movie was more score centric. I wish it was completely though. Like he does do one.
This is just one
fight
scene.
yeah, with Mr. Terrific.
And it's cool. It's cool.
It is cool. Does it make any sense that the music just gets louder for no reason? No. No, it doesn't. So, fun to look at, cool to look at. I like that we're in Lois's POV, but yeah, I just, he told me not to worry, that he wouldn't have any needle drops. And
He's got one for a song you've never heard of before.
Right. It's a good
which is a
song.
classic James Gunn thing to do.
Yeah. I have been listening to his Spotify playlist.
Mm-hmm.
He made like a playlist for each character in the film. And if you just look up, I think, Superman playlist, it shows you the first character that comes up is the character who you have the most in common music taste wise.
That's really fun.
Yeah. So I got Guy Gardner's.
Oh, so sad.
It could have been worse. It could have been Lex Luthor. So I'll take Guy Gardner. Because he was really good in this movie. I mean, if you want to talk about him,
Yeah.
using the constructs, I thought was great.
So compared to the other live action Green Lantern we've had,
Which has been what we've had. Well, there
10? 2010?
10. Oh no, I thought you were counting how many Green Lanterns.
Yeah, we've had 10 Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
We've had 2.
We've had obviously the one that Ryan Reynolds played that he won't shut up about.
And then
We get it.
There was one very, very briefly in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yes.
In the background of like a shot that's like in a flashback.
Now, I guess he does use constructs in the Ryan Reynolds movie. I know at the end of the film, he makes a Hot Wheels.
He makes a big race car, yeah.
Which was a product placement. He makes a sword, right, at one point.
Does he?
Dual. Yeah, I mean, it's been since
I haven't seen that.
15 years since I've seen that, yeah. He makes a sword when he's training. But other than that, I don't...
It's just big fist and
Yeah, right.
kind of big energy push. But
And then in the Justice League movie,
it's
beams.
is it? Yeah.
I think so.
But yeah, so Guy Gardner, played by Nathan Fillion, another staple of James Gunn movies. He's really cool. Not as a character, but what he can do.
That's why we listen to you, Mike.
Yeah, the hot takes.
You're really cool.
Really cool. I like when you make a big stick. So there's several. So the things he kind of makes throughout the movie, he makes a big baseball bat to like beat up a mythical imp.
That's my favorite.
That's
Interdimensional.
interdimensional.
That's my favorite part.
That's just kind of in the background.
And he's just bonking it on the head. That made me laugh so bad.
He makes big oven mitts.
Oven mitts, megaphone.
He makes a megaphone, and then probably the most creative bit that they use is at the end of the movie, the Justice Gang shows up to save the people of Javanpur, and he uses just big middle fingers to flip over tanks and and just as he walks around, he's just like, yep. Like he uses the Green Lantern powers in very creative ways. I am excited to see what they will do in the Green Lantern show on a smaller budget.
I'm really hyped for that. Because it's by David Lindelof, no?
I think he is involved, yeah.
So
That should be good.
a very huge tonal shift.
Oh, then what how Green Lanterns are portrayed in this.
Yes.
Like that would be very serious and because it's been compared to True Detective.
Right.
Is the vibe.
But it's great that Guy Gardner is going to be in that show. I'm excited to see what happens there.
What he does when he interacts with other Green Lanterns.
Yeah. So, super exciting stuff.
I also think it's funny because he, like, the whole point of him is that he sucks and, like, is annoying.
Yeah.
He's got some great, like, lines throughout it. Like, he's very arrogant. He's very, just kind of, like, in your face. Just kind of the worst.
Terrible haircut.
Worst version of, like, he is a good guy, but he is, like, he's so up his own butt. regarding like being a superhero. Like he thinks he's the coolest thing that's ever existed, and somehow has become the leader of the Justice Gang. I guess he's got the most power out of all three of them.
Well, he probably yeah, that's true. He also probably is the best friends with Maxwell Lord. But we don't really
he gets one little
see in this movie. Yeah, I mean he's on
cameo.
a TV screen or he's on a poster. But yeah, I mean he's really not in this movie, which is kind of interesting.
and
just world building.
Maxwell Lord is the one that's funding the Justice Gang, and he's mentioned a couple times throughout the movie. But yeah, he's not really seen.
Who we've seen previously played by Pedro Pascal in 1984.
How could we forget?
Yeah. And I did like his one line in the movie was, I think, the one thing that liberals and conservatives can agree on is Lex Luthor sucks. So I do like that the movie kind of talked about politics and said, hey, let's bring everyone together to just hate on Lex Luthor.
This guy is awful.
Yeah.
And then,
Which in the real world, you'd compare Luthor to like Elon Musk.
yeah, kind of, where like he goes in and out of public favor. Like people like him. Oh, they don't really ever mention him being liked throughout this movie.
But he's on talk shows.
He's on talk shows talking about
Carlson stand-in.
The talk show host is played by Michael Ian Black, he's just a comedian.
Is he Anger?
No.
Somebody else?
That's a different comedian.
Last name Black?
Yeah, that's Lewis Black.
Not Henry Black.
That's Henry Black. So you could do it.
I'm not.
Come from a long line of non-related comedians.
Yes, Jack
Black.
Barry White.
No. Dylan, leave that in. And then the last member of the Justice Gang, which is Hawkgirl, and she gets some play, but she doesn't do all. She's
kind of there. She kills the president
of Bavaria, Bulgaria. No, that's a real place. But she kills the stand-in for Putin in this movie, and yeah,
we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I like that people are here and they don't really go into them too much. Maybe we'll get a Hawkgirl movie. Maybe we won't. She was cool. She didn't really do anything.
She screams and she smashes. She got a big mace, and that's all you really know about her. And she's got a bit of an attitude. She's got a bit of a, I don't care what you think attitude.
Sure.
So which is fun, and it kind of contrasts Guy Gardner, who really cares what you think about him, and Mr. Terrific, who doesn't care at all.
Sure.
He's just like, I'm here because I'm bored, and this is fun.
I'm smart.
And I'm smart, and this is cool.
It's an interesting, obviously they're not the Justice League. If we get the Justice League and they're all still a part of it, which I think they'd probably replace Guy Gardner with the new...
Probably Jon Stewart.
Yeah. Exactly. I imagine Hawkgirl could stay. But, we'll see. They call him Element Man, right, in the movie, but I always thought his name was Metamorpho.
Yeah, and they do mention that. Lex Luthor at one point says he could metamorphize into anything. Yeah. He's a very interesting character, played by Anthony Carrigan. He has the ability to
make any element.
And
even if it's not from Earth.
And just kind of transform his body into anything.
Yeah.
And I love Anthony Carrigan. He's a great character actor. Previous DC role, he played Victor Zsasz on Gotham.
Oh, yeah. Crazy.
Cool. And he's talked about, like, it took him like 7 hours or 6 hours in the makeup chair.
He looks great.
He is caked at stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's such a cool, weird, like, to open your universe with this guy, like, in your movie is really
now I do
different.
Wish now it's Luthor who kills the guy that makes Element Man change sides. I wish Superman had more to do with that, like obviously he knows Luthor is a bad guy. He has his son kidnapped, it just felt very sudden to me. Like, oh, he killed that guy. No, I'm on your side, Superman. Where, you know, I just think I wish Superman had more to do with that. I think that would have been thematically more in line with the movie.
Well, at that point in time, Superman is like on the floor and he is being poisoned by the kryptonite that.
Yeah, but you could write it where he can still talk.
Yeah, and the only thing he says is like, "Hey, your name's Ethan or whatever." I don't remember what his name really is, and he's like, "Don't talk to me." And that's basically all of the conversation that they have.
I think, that could kind of, you know, because there is so much going on in this movie, you just kind of gotta go.
Yeah. And it doesn't ever really let up, so it just is like, okay, we're moving on to the next thing.
Pacing's really good, but yeah, I do wish, you know, Superman helped with his character arc and development rather than just showing more of Luthor being a bad guy. I mean, maybe he had never seen Luthor kill anyone before, but also an ex-girlfriend is being kept as a prisoner. You know, so
I mean, his son is being kept as a prisoner.
Like, so yeah, you know he's bad.
Like he's a bad guy.
Yeah, so
he has like a fun fight scene, or like chase scene kind of, where he's trying to save Superman, and he makes himself into like a squid body.
Yeah,
and he
acid
this body. He's got a great line. He's like surrounded by a bunch of Lex Luthor's like weird goons, and they're like, "What are you gonna do? Splash us?" Because he's got like all this like goo coming out of his body, and he's like, "Yes." And then he just explodes.
Yeah.
And then he makes a big hammer in a fight scene later.
Yeah.
And kind of becomes a member of the Justice Gang.
Yeah.
Because he agrees with Guy Gardner. He's just a very agreeable man. He loves to hype up whoever he's with.
So maybe they'll do like a Justice League International thing.
With all these. I mean, James Gunn loves his B team people. So.
Right. And then maybe that would morph into the Justice League we kind of know and recognize from more the Snyder films or the cartoons or whatever. But they also, you know, there's also Justice League Unlimited, which is kind of a more recent comic book, and the older cartoon, which is just the whole entire DC universe. So sure, let's put everybody on the Justice League. Why not? You know, like, let's get them a watchtower in space eventually. I mean, I love that they use the, I think it's like a train station in real life.
Mm-hmm. The Hall of Justice.
The Hall of Justice. Yeah, it was the building that actually, it was the inspiration for the Hall of Justice. They used that. So that was an awesome.
I just thought of something, which could be really cool. Instead of the Justice League, what if he's making a Super Friends movie?
Oh, yeah.
Because
that would be awesome.
He loves this old kind of like deep cut stuff, and maybe instead of doing that, he's building this weird team of people, and he'll call it the Super Friends instead.
That would be cool.
That would be really fun.
Yeah. And then I mean, you know, they can joke about it all movie or whatever. Yeah, it's like, be awesome.
Because like they're called the Justice Gang in this, and it's like, oh, are they going to be the Justice League at the end of the movie? They're not, and
which I like.
Yes,
they're not.
And then you don't need to have a Flash. And I know they're working on these things, but you don't need to have a Flash, a Wonder Woman, an Aquaman. If it's the Super Friends, it could just be a group of weirdos, right? And led by Superman or whatever.
Now, James Gunn likes to put Michael Rooker.
He is in this movie.
He is.
Yes, and you hear him for 1 second. He plays one of Superman's robot. He plays Superman's robot number 1. Oh. And he just says, when I watched it the second time, I took full note. I was just like, all right, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
And I think he's the second or third one to speak. And he's like, all of his bones are broken. And that's his only line in the whole movie.
Oh, yeah. Because I heard a lot of people were the robots.
And
Michael Rosenbaum from Smallville.
Yeah, I don't think he says anything.
I didn't hear his voice.
I know his wife is in it. He's one of the robots. And Tom... what's her name? Yeah, the woman who plays Mantis in Guardians of the Galaxy is apparently, she has like one line as a robot too. Palm Kim Virginia. No. Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy. Wonderful.
Not even a good attempt.
No.
I didn't say that was good.
No, it wasn't. I know. But Yeah, he loves throwing his friends in there. Previous Lex Luthor, Michael Rosenbaum, one of the robots as well. Allegedly one of the robots.
I really only heard 2 robots talk, and that was number 4 and number 12.
Yeah. They have the most screen time.
Yeah. The robots were great. They were very cool. I guess they're from the comics. I don't really.
Yeah, he's mentioned they're from some comic. I mean, I think they're from, at the very least there's some robots in All-Star Superman.
Okay.
Very briefly.
Now, speaking of All-Star Superman, when I saw the giant kaiju in the trailer that Superman fights, I thought it was going to be Jimmy Olsen, because that's what they do.
He does become a kaiju.
Yeah, in All-Star Superman. So I was kind of expecting that. A little let down, it didn't happen, but there's always a sequel.
I love that fight scene in particular, because it's the introduction to the Justice Gang and what they can do, and they do all their powers and stuff. But it really showcases Superman's care about saving everything, because
the kaiju monster.
Yeah, it opens with the kaiju almost stepping on a little dog, and Superman blows the dog away before
he does what?
He blows the dog away with his super breath.
Oh.
I should specify. And he while they're fighting and things like that, he like saves a little squirrel, which you mentioned was a real squirrel. And this is kind of crazy from the Justice Gang, because they Mr. Terrific sends some of his T spheres into the kaiju's body and then explode its stomach.
Yeah.
And it just kind of falls, and it's gonna crush like hundreds of people. And thank God Superman's there, because he catches it and places it in a safe location. But it's like they just didn't really seem to care.
Green Lantern might have done something. Superman wasn't there.
But like it kind of shows that they're doing it
more reckless
and they're like doing the super heroics. Like, yes, they are saving people, but they're doing it more for publicity reasons.
I thought it was weird. So it was great to see actually Christopher Reeve's son is in that scene. He's the reporter. But I thought it was weird that Lois Lane, who is also a reporter, is just watching that on the TV.
Oh yeah, she's nowhere near.
Right. You don't want to, go write a story on this, or you'll just let other people handle it. I don't know. I guess, right? Like, I guess if you live in Metropolis, things like that happen every day, and you can't cover them all. Or maybe that's Mark Clark's job, because he normally gets the interviews with Superman. But yeah, I just thought it was weird. We cut to Lois, and she's just watching it from the TV, barely even paying attention. She's talking to
Cat Grant.
Yeah. So weird beat, in my opinion, to have that. But whatever. That's one weird thing.
Well, besides that, how do you feel about Lois in this movie?
She's great. Yeah.
Because we haven't spoken about her.
That's true. Yeah. Lois was really good in this movie. I think it's cool that her and Superman are so different. I also think it's cool we kind of skip all of the
courtship and the
courtship,
the will they, won't they.
Yeah, and even she doesn't know he's Superman and things like that, It's
like, yeah, we've seen that on TV several times. We've seen that in several movies.
Or she loves Superman, but, thinks Clark is just okay. Like, it was nice. And I'm glad they were struggling, too. It felt very real. It felt, like two people trying to make something work. And I'm glad it works out in the end. It was really nice and lovely. And I do think they had a good dynamic. Although I do think Clark's a little out of his depth. A little bit with her, I can't imagine Clark's had many relationships. I know he dates a mermaid in the comics in college, and Lana Lang perhaps, but this definitely, she does feel like she knows everything, which she should, right? She's Lois Lane, but she feels like, I don't know. I liked that she was very kind of anti this relationship. I don't really think we saw the best arc for her to then at the end make out with Superman and be like, I love you too. So I don't know. I hope we continue to see more with that relationship. I hope they struggle more as well. They keep struggling because relationships are hard and it's not always a struggle, but things aren't always perfect. And I do hope we get to see that. And I hope just things aren't perfect from now on, with them. So yeah. Again, a great first outing with everything. I like that she's very integral to the plot too.
Yeah, she's an active participant.
Yes, and she and Jimmy and the whole Daily Planet gang, they all hop in Mr. Terrific's spaceship, which he just has a line, it's very easy to fly. I guess it is because she can fly it.
Very easy, very intuitive, and she's like, all right,
okay,
I guess
I got it. So, but that goes again with her character of knowing everything, or at least thinking she knows everything or can do anything and not backing down. So I thought, she was done really well. Anything to add?
No, I think you covered a lot of her character. I enjoyed her back and forth with Clark, and I think my favorite scene in the movie, besides the monkey, which we'll get to, my favorite scene in the movie is when Clark agrees to let her interview him, and you kind of see how he treats like her as a reporter versus how he is as like her boyfriend. And he goes like, and you see him kind of shift and change in the way he talks and the way his like posture is and like his confidence. And she's just doing her job and asking like
The
important
tough
questions that he wouldn't ask himself.
Superman doesn't have time for self.
Yeah, that's great. And like, he calls her like Cronkite, like kind of teasing her a little bit, being like, oh yeah, you're going to interview me, expecting it to be softball questions. Like he interviews himself. And she's like, hey, you may have caused an international incident. And he's like, and she's like, well, did you interact with the president of, Bavaria or whatever? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, like I chatted with him and then I flew him across the desert and pinned him to a cactus, which is a very funny thing and a very Superman thing to do. And she's like, so you tortured him? And he was like, no, the spikes were tiny. And like little things like that and then they keep going back and forth and like having to pause the interview being like, no, that was told to you in confidence. And
Superman doesn't save the day without her.
No, so it's true. I mean, he gets kidnapped he willingly goes to be taken to Lex Luthor to save crypto, and like he wouldn't be able to escape the pocket dimension. I had to think about it for a second without Lois getting Mr. Terrific to come with her to save him. And no one would know he was in the pocket dimension without her or Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah. What do you think of Jimmy?
That's what I was about to, yeah. And Jimmy, I love Jimmy. I love Skyler, his last name. I'm doing great. But I think Jimmy is a really fun character in this movie. He has this subplot where every girl thinks he's the hottest guy ever. And like is fawning over him. I thought it was funny, and it's
why is it funny? Because he's not actually hot.
Because he's just like a regular guy,
right?
Just
so
and like but like
it felt weird to me.
Well, apparently there's a staple for that in the comics where he just gets every girl. There's something about Jimmy where people love him, and like he also is, he's not an idiot as he, I guess, sometimes can be portrayed, where he's just like a bumbling fool.
Yeah.
Where he's like, no, it's kind of oops. turn myself into a kaiju or whatever. Sure. But in this, he's actively helping to further saving Superman.
It's just weird that the plot point that every woman loves Jimmy is why they're able to save the day. Like,
it is a strange thing, sure.
It's weird. Yeah, I don't know. Not my favorite thing, but I'm glad you
I'm glad someone liked it.
Yeah.
Our friend Helen also did not enjoy that either, and was like, I don't get this. I don't understand. And yeah, he's joined by Lex Luthor's girlfriend, Eve, who, fun fact, which I think this is really funny, she's not an original Superman creation. She actually got started in the original Superman movie. So her and Michael Corleone were both written by Mario Puzo and created by Mario Puzo.
Nice. She helped Superman out in the first movie.
So, and she kind of helped Superman out in this movie as well.
That's right.
Really fun performance from the actor who plays her, but I'm killing it. There's a lot of people in this movie.
Nice.
I keep scrolling up and down this list, and it's just like Michael Rosenbaum. I'm like, nah, I don't want that one, because it's done in order of appearance. Anyway, she takes selfies and of all of Lex Luthor's evil plans and saves the day. It's a little bit weird, but it's fun to, I don't know, to break up the tenseness of like those particular scenes. And she feels like, yeah, she's a little bit of an airhead at times, but it's also like she's a bit smarter than you think she is.
Yeah, that's what she's doing by putting that persona on.
Yeah, it is
a good character,
and it is. She is a good character.
Just the Jimmy thing.
It's just Jimmy we got the problem with, and he might get a spin-off show. I guess the dating life of Jimmy Olsen.
Oh, great!
What if it's The Bachelor? And Jimmy's the Bachelor.
I would watch that.
That's kind of fun. It's different. Let's talk about Lex Luthor, because Lex Luthor, in his pocket dimension, has an army of monkeys.
Yes.
That are basically rage bots that are just typing out terrible things about Superman, and it's hinted at earlier in the movie twice. There's a scene where Lex Luthor is walking around this Pentagon table, and he's like, chatter online is saying that people don't like Superman anymore.
Yeah.
And then during that interview with Lois and Clark, and they're going back and forth, she mentions that like Superman, she asked him, she's like, do you see this chatter online about like people saying terrible things? And
super shit.
Yeah, super shit. And he's like, that actually hurts me, actually. And then you find out that it's actually just a bunch of trolling monkeys.
Yeah.
that are just typing it out. I thought that was really fun. Especially like Lex Luthor just kind of points it out. He goes, oh yeah, there's my monkey farm or whatever. Like
it's super unrealistic, right? It would normally just have bots do that, but it's just an extra step that really makes it all the difference. Makes it super comic booky, awesome, hilarious. Also, we have super smart monkeys.
Yeah,
that can type.
They had like little like nodes on their brains, but like they have to be smart enough. Which it's also funny.
Is this where we get Grodd? That's the question.
Potentially, although he's a gorilla, and these were like little Capuchins.
Did you look that up?
No, I just knew that just through doing this.
You do that on the podcast.
And it's kind of a riff on if you put a monkey at a typewriter for long enough, he'll write Shakespeare.
Right.
So if you put a monkey
monkeys for infinite time,
and if you put infinite monkeys in a pocket dimension, they'll make fun of Superman.
In the new Absolute Comics, Grodd is a green monkey, but he is, this same size, and he's friends with Barry.
Oh, is he tall or small?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
it's not Barry Allen, and it's Wally West. So, yeah, I mean, they could do a take on it like that, or these monkeys could go, form a, monkey nation, because I think that's where Grodd is in the comics or something.
Yeah, there's a nation of, I thought it was a planet initially.
Probably.
And it's from an alternate dimension or whatever.
Right.
And at the end of the movie, the monkeys are released into the wild because Crypto chases them down.
Right. Yeah. Or he's playing with them, or they're annoying Crypto.
So it would be great for this podcast if we do see them come back in some capacity. And there is precedent for more monkeys in DC media, like you were saying with Grodd. And there's some other apes and things that come around.
Apes really sold comic books back in the day. If you put a monkey on the cover,
So if James Gunn keeps including monkeys, they'll break $700 million.
Yeah,
you're not gonna see monkey in Clayface, but you will see monkey in Superman 2.
Yeah, Super Friends.
Super Friends. That's kind of all of the monkeys. If you took the monkeys out of this movie, does it change much? It's the exact same thing.
Yeah,
but I mean, I guess he could have had just people. He could have had his prisoners just typing up terrible things about Superman.
Yeah, but it was fun.
But it is fun, and it was
would have been like, help me, trapped in pocket dimension.
If you have enough trapped prisoners, maybe they'll write a book.
Yeah,
they'll write Shakespeare. But Lex Luthor in general is, I really like Nicholas Holt's performance in this. He's kind of a bit whiny.
Yeah.
Which I think is fun. Yeah. Like, he is very smart, and he does have this big plan to just take down Superman, and he starts a war to basically... I like that part where he's like... Totally. He's like, what does he say? He says, I didn't, fund the war so that way I could get money. I did it so I could kill you.
Yeah, he says, I'm not trying to kill you so you'll stop my evil plan of starting a war. I started a war so I could try to kill you.
Which is such a, like, it puts him into perspective. Just like how much he hates Superman. He will let so many innocent people just die.
I didn't like the fact that Superman was like, well, you're just jealous of me. And Luthor's like, yeah, I'm jealous. So what? I was like, I don't know. I just feel like Luthor would be more in denial about that. Or, I don't know. It was just weird. He was like, yeah, envy permeates my every moment. And it was like, well, okay, you're just admitting that and you know that? It is, I don't know. Try therapy, bro.
No, take over country.
I did like how everyone kind of spoke in this movie with this kind of heightened vocabulary, especially because they are supposed to be reporters, but kind of everyone spoke with this kind of beautifully, right? They used words that you wouldn't normally hear in a movie, especially a James Gunn movie. I mean, no offense to James Gunn, but I think he was really on his stuff for this one. So, and he really took into account and respected the material, and it's obvious, and he definitely read a lot of books.
Well, these are certainly the smartest characters he's dealt with. Most of the time, they're kind of they're a bit losers and kind of like grubby people.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, even in we watched the other day a movie called Super, which James Gunn directed, and that's full of just grubs and lowlives and things like that. And this is certainly and Superman and Metropolis and things like that. They're kind of the upper class of the DC universe, and so they would be using better vocabulary than like Star-Lord or like Peacemaker. That's such an interesting thing. I didn't even realize that, but yeah, you're right. Everyone does talk well. Yeah, I don't.
Cannot relate.
Can't relate for them. Yeah, big, damn monkey. I guess we've kind of covered all of the major players here.
It's pretty jam-packed.
There's so much going on,
and yet it's very coherent. It's still about Superman. He goes on an arc. The beginning and the end mirror each other is, always great to see. And almost kind of made me cry when it happened in this movie, when they change the videos of his parents at the end. Like, that was like, took me by surprise too. So yeah, that was pretty spectacular. I mean, Supergirl's also in this movie.
Supergirl's also in this movie. Very briefly, she comes and picks up Crypto, who is her dog.
Right.
And
I do like that a lot.
So we'll be seeing Crypto again next year.
Yep.
I think you said something. You're like, great, 2 for the price of 1 or something like that, and really, really get use of him. And in the storyline that they're going to be adapting for the Supergirl movie, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, written by Tom King. It's a really fun book, and it's about Supergirl going on this planetary universal adventure to help this girl find this man who killed her father. And Supergirl's just like, I just want to go home, but like something happens to Crypto, and she's like, okay, well, I gotta take care of that. So
haven't read that one yet, but I've only heard great things.
It's really interesting, and it does sci-fi like in a way that's very mundane. Like, there's a whole issue where they're just riding the bus, like the space bus. Cool. And just kind of, dealing with what's out there in the universe.
I think it'll be cool because this movie is very grounded in, Earth, and then we will get to see more the galactic side.
Yeah, and it's she's a great character, at least written in that book. So I'm very excited to see where she goes from here.
Yeah, she'll definitely get an arc. She's definitely very imperfect.
Yeah, at the moment she's a party girl. Yeah. Likes to drink, go to different planets to get drunk because their metabolism's too good on a yellow sun.
Right.
But yeah, it's Jason Momoa is going to be back as Lobo, new character.
Can't wait.
And I don't know who else is in that movie, but
Crypto.
And Crypto will be there. But it should be a lot of fun and very different to this movie. Where this is like Superman is just trying to be the best man to ever live. But Supergirl doesn't really care about that. So it's fun to kind of
and I'm also interested how they're going to do her, I'm pretty sure in the comics she was Kal-El's babysitter. Right, so she is kind of the same age, and she was, whatever she comes to when, she's sent to kind of, watch over Superman, and then she gets there too late. So if, Superman's parents kind of sent him to Earth to take over, I'm wondering how.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, if she would be evil, or, or if that's just Superman's parents. I hope we get more of, like, how the Kryptonians kind of operated, because this movie does leave that.
Yeah, and I think they will touch upon that because that is a part of her story in that book, where it's her coming to terms with Krypton exploding.
Sure, yeah.
Just being like, all of my friends are dead.
All right.
That's why I drink all the time.
Yeah. I'll do it.
So yeah, it will. You're right. I think that will be an interesting place to touch upon is what were Kryptonians really like.
Right.
Was Jor-El just a jerk? Just being
he's the one jerk on that planet.
In a role reversal, he's the jerk.
Yeah.
In terms of, we've kind of discussed like the future and everything, and I guess, like, do you have a favorite moment from this movie?
A favorite moment? It's probably the ant, right? When I kind of touched upon where, the videos change. And I like the song choice there. I like it there because it goes kind of right into the credits. And
that's a callback to earlier when
right.
saying I'm a punk rock, and they're like, nah.
Yeah, I like when movies, can call back to themselves, and it makes it feel very tight. And that was probably And you want to leave a Superman movie going like, yeah,
Yeah, it makes you feel good.
Yeah, and that definitely did it. So, I think it's probably that.
And then the post-credit scenes, they don't kind of tease what's in the future, but there's a nice mid-credit scene where Superman and Krypto are hugging on the moon.
Right, which you've seen the poster.
Yeah, and then the post-credit scene is Superman kind of not meaning to, but insults Mr. Terrific's work.
Yeah.
Where once they put the rift back together, he's like, it's a little crooked. And Mr. Terrific's like, I tried my best, man.
Yeah. I will say, that's the same plot as the Lego Batman movie.
Yeah, you mentioned this.
Yeah, there's a big rift in the city, We've seen it. Lego Batman continues to be the perfect movie that every other movie tries its best to be.
In the way that every Marvel movie is an Iron Man movie, every DC movie is now the Lego Batman movie.
Yeah, not wrong, or wants to be, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, even the city kind of turning on Batman, that's in here too, with the city kind of turning on Superman when he is revealed to maybe have a harem or whatever. His parents are evil.
They say the word harem way more than I was expecting.
Yeah,
which was zero. I was expecting them not to say the word harem in this movie.
Another vocab word though.
We all learned. Kids everywhere know what a harem is now.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, cool to see. Cool movie. Cool movie.
So I pulled up some trivia. Some other people who auditioned for Superman were Jacob Elordi, Tom Brittney, Andrew Richardson, Tom Brady, a little bit old, no acting chops, and Nicholas Hoult.
But man, can he catch a
And Nicholas Hoult, who plays Lex Luthor, it's funny, he has auditioned for Batman and found out while he was driving one day, he heard over the radio that Robert Pattinson got the role, and then he lost out on Superman, and they were like, who's the perfect guy to play Lex Luthor?
Well, I hope he's happy with
He seems very happy with it, and
he's good as Luthor. So.
No, he's great, and David Cornsweet's great as Superman. He's just a very. I think it's better to go with these kind of unknown guys.
Yeah,
like
agreed.
Nicholas Hoult is a known actor. We've seen him before, and he's great. Yeah. But going with this unknown kind of James Gunn said he wanted a Superman you could hug. He looks like a very nice man. In every interview I've seen with him, he seems very excited and happy to be Superman and kind of the role moving forward. Yeah. Let's see. The other women who auditioned for Lois Lane were Emma Mackey, Phoebe DeVour, and Samara Weaving. Emma Mackey, I think, is from Sex Education.
Okay.
I don't know Phoebe DeVour. She is from Bridgerton.
Okay.
And Samara Weaving is from, probably best known from Ready or Not.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All great actresses, but Rachel Brosnahan kills it.
Yeah.
And I knew, when it was kind of coming around, there were rumored leaks. I was like, she'd be great.
Yeah.
Miss Maisel's great. She would be perfect for this. And she is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then another piece of trivia that I found was that, and this isn't really trivia, this is kind of sad, that the day James Gunn signed to be the head of DC Studios was the same day that they announced that Henry Cavill was coming back as Superman. And James Gunn was like, I felt really bad for the guy. And he was like, what is happening now? Because, we have different plans. You could thank The Rock for that.
And blame Dwayne.
So poor Henry Cavill had to be let down gently. But James Gunn did say, listen, if he wants to play another role, I'm open to him coming back. Yeah. Jason Momoa is going to be back.
I think that's why they started an Authority
film.
Yeah, which seems to be on pause right now. But.
Yeah, they're apparently struggling to get that one off the ground. Apparently Nathan Fillion said that he demanded to get the bowl cut the way it is in the comics.
Yeah, it looked really bad in set leaks. It looked better in the movie.
Yeah, it works better in motion.
Yeah.
And I know David Cornsweet fought for the trunks, and
Thank goodness.
they look great. The costume I didn't love initially when it first was shown.
Yeah.
But
I still don't love it.
I think it looks pretty good. I think the S is a little weird.
Yeah, I don't like
but
that.
I like the rest of it.
I think it looks very militaristic, kind of. Maybe that's what they were going for. I like a Superman that his mom...
You want it to look like cloth. Yeah.
His mom made the costume, and that's very Christopher Reeve. So, maybe they wanted to kind of steer away from that, but I still think that's the perfect Superman costume. So,
Yeah.
sue me.
I know the reason why, James Gunn, he really wanted to get it to work, and he was like, it just looks too silly.
Right.
And David Cornsweet was like, well, he should look silly because he's the most powerful being in the universe or in the world. He needs people to kind of trust him.
Yeah.
And kids to like him. And I do like that in the movie.
And it breaks up the costume, just,
it's not just all blue.
Yeah, and it looks bad when that is the case.
So I think that's a lot of fun. I like the way it looks in motion. It's a very fun, nice movie. Is it my favorite James Gunn film? Probably not, but I think it's a great start. I think I enjoyed it a lot more the second time around.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you feel the same way?
No.
No. Just about the same. Yeah. I really enjoyed that the villains in this movie, Lex Luthor and his group of goons, they're just doing evil stuff to be evil.
Right.
It's not like this terrible.
Not everything needs to be super realistic.
Yeah. It doesn't need to have this awful backstory. And
Yeah.
It's just
you don't need to agree with the bad guys
Yeah.
at all, They can just be bad and
they're working for Lex
stereotypical.
Luthor, and I love. There's this one goon that's he's just involved in everything, and he's just like you could tell he's just there for the paycheck, but he also really likes doing bad things.
Yeah.
Because anytime Lex Luthor succeeds, he's always like, yeah.
I like this, I like what Warner Brothers seems to be doing, which is, we need this movie made, but let's give it to a filmmaker that has a unique voice and can do something with it. I like that they seem to be filmmaker first with things like Barbie in this movie. And I guess Sinners doesn't really count, but...
Well, Sinners does.
Well, they didn't need to Sinners.
Oh, okay, that's true. That was an original idea.
Yeah. Maybe the Minecraft movie. A Minecraft.
That was filmmaker first, for sure.
Yeah, maybe a little less. But, they definitely got a filmmaker who had an idea for sure on that one.
I will say, and I realized this watching the second time because Ultraman is revealed to be Superman, as you mentioned earlier. Mm-hmm. This is Warner Brothers' 5th movie this year, where 2 guys are playing the same role.
Oh, wow.
So let me pull up Sinners. There's a movie called Alto Nights, which has Robert De Niro playing 2 different guys.
Okay.
There's... Maybe it's not just Warner Brothers, but there's Mickey 17, where Robert Pattinson is playing several people on screen at the same time. There was, you haven't seen it, but the movie The Monkey has a guy playing twins.
Okay.
There was something else recently, and then there was this, where it's just it's a big year for 2 guys playing the same role.
Yeah.
Or 1 guy playing the same role.
That's fine.
And then, in the Looney Tunes movie, the main voice actor plays both Daffy and...
Oh, wow.
Warner Brothers really banking on this.
Yeah, they're cutting costs.
They've perfected the technology.
Yeah.
I will say in this one, they don't interact as much.
Sure, they fight.
I do wonder... in the scenes where they're not together and it's just Ultraman, if that is just David Cornsweet under the suit.
Too, but I doubt it.
I mean, probably not. Yeah. Probably just in that one scene.
Yeah.
What is
he had enough to do, But it's a good question.
Yeah, it's cool. Oh, another cameo-ish is Rick Flag Sr. from Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Or he's going to be in Peacemaker Season 2, and he was in Creature Commandos, played by Frank Grillo. Yeah, Frank Gorilla.
Yeah. Another reason why this movie's allowed to...
Yeah, he'll be my next...
guest.
My next guest is Frank Gorilla.
Yeah.
His brother. Yeah. Any other thoughts on Superman?
No, it's just good. So it's kind of, I mean, you wouldn't believe it, but it's a little hard to talk about because it's good. It's feel good. It seems to be getting good word of mouth. I can't wait to see where it goes in the future. It sets up a lot of cool stuff. So yeah, kudos.
So I'm gonna assume, but is this a monkey see, monkey do, or monkey see, monkey don't?
I guess it's, well, I don't know what that means really.
Do is see it.
Okay,
don't
do.
is don't. The monkey do.
Monkey do.
And it's a monkey do from me as well.
Nice.
Wow, I should make a list.
I mean, especially in a world that seems to be so, we're getting to a place that's a little more anti-superhero film. That could never be me, but it definitely does seem there's a what are they calling it? A fatigue?
Yeah, superhero fatigue.
I hope this kind of re-energizes, invigorates everybody.
You just have to give these movies and characters to people who care.
I saw a question on YouTube the other day. It said in 2030, so 5 years from now, which cinematic universe do you think will be doing better, Marvel or DC?
Ooh. I don't know if either of them will be around by then.
Oh, come on. 5 years?
Is it really only 5 years? Yeah. Probably DC.
I think
because
so too.
After, Marvel is still kind of on the decline a little bit at the moment. People are kind of tired of the same formula.
Mm-hmm. We'll see what Secret Wars does.
Yeah, Secret Wars and Doomsday and Fantastic Four. I am excited for them, but I do understand everyone's fatigue and tiredness of okay, yeah, I've seen that, especially after Captain America: Brave New World.
Woof.
You're
not getting me started.
And Secret Invasion. It's yeah, okay. There's stinkers. they're getting.
Yeah.
But
there was a time when if it said Marvel on it, everyone knew it was going to be good, and that's just not the case anymore.
And I think, Thunderbolts I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah,
I think it's a good time.
You can't get fatigued if you don't see the movies.
And I've
I'll see it on Disney Plus. They trained me to wait till Disney Plus. Hate to say it, but that's where I watch the Marvel movies now. Maybe, I don't know. I'm still up in the air about FF, and we'll see about I almost said Endgame.
Doomsday?
Wars and Doomsday or whatever. But I'm keeping my expectations low in hopes that they're blown out of the water. We'll see.
Yeah, it's this movie. I think for not just Henry, but I think a lot of people has kind of put the juice back in a little bit. At least from some of my friends that I've talked to and some other people. It's
this is the new universe.
Exactly. Well, which is what I mean. It's just okay, so okay, I'm excited to see where this goes. Mm-hmm. And also I do enjoy that this movie doesn't end there are post-credit scenes, but it doesn't have to tease. There is a little tease to the future with Supergirl,
yeah,
but it's also not banging you over the head at the moment.
Right.
With it. It's yeah, this will evolve, and I think that's James Gunn's plan. Is it'll just evolve with whatever, because his whole mandate at the moment is I will only approve good scripts.
Right. That's awesome. And I hope he has a good, solid plan for the future. You can't just make Endgame again.
Yeah, and I don't think that's.
Hopefully, we're not building up to Darkseid, but hopefully he's got some good things planned for the future. But we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Henry. Thank you for talking about Superman.
Hey, thanks for finally having me on.
I finally knocked on your door and I said, get out here. I want to thank you all for listening. I want to thank Dylan for the edit. I want to thank Elias for the logo. I want to...
No last names on any of them?
No, they get it.
Okay.
Dillon Lincoln.
Cut this
and
Cut their names out.
No edit. I did it all myself. I want to thank Elias for the logo. I want to thank you all for listening. I don't have anyone else to thank. I want to thank my dad for listening. Thanks for getting this far, Dad. And how should we take this out, Henry?
Follow me on Instagram.
Follow Henry on Instagram at Mr. Purple.
Spell out Mr.
And Habitat of Healing, another great thing that you do.
Yeah.
They're fun little poems and drawings of animals.
Mm-hmm. You can watch Bunnyman and Company on YouTube. Don't spell out company.
And co.
Yeah.
I'll link this in the description.
Nice.
And
Score.
you could follow me at CineMonkey on Instagram. If you want, you could send me an email at cinemonkypod@gmail.com. I don't get anything.
I'll send you an email.
Send me an email
saying,
saying, hey, where's my episode?
hey, this one was a bad one. This was a Joe Rogan experience.
This was another Joe Rogan experience. Ooh, ooh, ah. All right, thank you. Bye.
Bye.